Hi there, my name is Gemma Brown. I'm a coach and I work with individuals and businesses, and part of my work is helping people prioritise their well-being and overcome the barriers to putting their own self-care first. Through my own journey and by supporting others on theirs, a core belief of mine is that we can't pour from an empty cup. As I've developed my journaling practice, it has become a regular feature for me, and I've now introduced it into my coaching sessions and had really great feedback about that. When I've talked with friends or family or other clients, people regularly say to me that they would love to start journaling, but they don't know how to do it. They don't get around to it. They don't know what to write, or they're not very good at writing. So they fail to introduce it into their lives. But I really know the difference it's made to me, and I wanted to share that with others and introduce it to you so that you can incorporate it into your life too. You don't need a lot of time, and you don't need to be a first-class novelist to make for the journaling to make a big difference to your well-being. This is the third of 5 workshops, and if you do enjoy this one, please come back for more, where I'll be covering a different technique. So I'm going to talk for a few minutes just on journaling and why we're here and why it supports well-being, and then I will give you some prompts for you to reflect on for your own private journaling practice. So please do pause the video as you feel necessary. Why are we here? I don't know about you, but this is exactly how my mind feels a lot of the time. And especially over the last year with lockdown and the pandemic, a lack of social interactions and the increased unknowns, I felt more anxious and overwhelmed at times than ever before. Constant nagging from my mind, it feels really full. That internal chatter telling me about everything I should be doing, worrying about the news at the moment is so heavy and confusing, and concern for loved ones, and just generally feeling pressured to stay fit, to stay active, to stay productive. I've been exhausted. And I've turned to journaling to really help me find clarity with that. This last year in particular has been one of the most trying for many of us. And what goes on in our heads affects our well-being. And our well-being is the foundation for everything else in our life. So perhaps some of that resonates with how you're feeling. Like many people, when I was about 12 or 13, I started a diary, a sort of dear diary log that I've kept over time. At the time, I didn't think of it as journaling. I think that's more of a recent term for writing down our thoughts and feelings. It was simply a secret companion to share thoughts that filled my teenage mind. I never saw it as an act of well-being. But journaling is long known for supporting our well-being. It helps reduce anxiety, depression, stress, and overwhelm. And scientific studies detail how regularly writing down your thoughts improves your mindfulness, your ability to be present, can improve your memory and your sleep. And it builds your resilience and over time improves your self-confidence. Writing down your thoughts and feelings helps organize your mind. The process of writing down helps you see clearly, as it naturally helps organize those mixed up thoughts and feelings. It also helps relieve the weight of everything in our heads by getting them on the page. And often that is enough to feel better and feel more in control. There are a number of different techniques and ways that you can do journaling, but all I would say is there's no wrong way. Whatever you write will be useful. You may have come across different styles such as the morning pages, affirmations, a gratitude journal, joy journal, or daily intention setting. And these are all different techniques to use at different times. As we've seen, there's a number of reasons why we're not doing it, one of them being that you don't know what to write. But believe me when I say it really doesn't matter. Often there are days when I write, I don't know what to write. And this simply unlocks a flow and I end up filling the page, and it's amazing the detail that can come out and the clarity that can be gained by just starting. Each week in these workshops, I'm introducing a slightly new technique to bring to your journaling for wellbeing practice. We're going to start here by arriving with some wild writing. So wild writing has been really well received through these workshops and in my coaching sessions with clients. It's basically a free writing style. There are no rules. Writing whatever comes to mind without structure or guidelines, and feeling free to write without judgment or fear. It's simply getting what's on your mind onto the page. I usually do this for 5 minutes each morning. It's timed, I set the timer, and it just amazes me, as I said, what actually lands on the page. So you might want to grab your timer now, grab a cuppa, and press pause when I ask you this next question. Remember, this is for your eyes only, so nobody is going to see this. So you can write it in your beautiful diary or notebook, but even throwing away the pages straight after you've written them down is worth doing. It's shown to have the same benefits as keeping it in your journal. So, you ready? Simply take out your notebook and reflect on what is on your mind today. And when you come back from that, what did you notice? What stands out for you? This week's theme is around body scan awareness. And so why have I chosen that theme? We're in our heads so much of the time, driven by thoughts and logic and internal chatter, things that we need to remember, and we lose connection to our bodies, to ourselves, and often then we simply ignore or don't notice the signs from our physical body. Gut intuition, instinct, even signs of discomfort, pain or stress. You notice how you've sometimes got to the end of the day and you've noticed that you're really tight in your shoulders, but you hadn't noticed that throughout the day. And it's only since sort of finishing the day and having perhaps relaxing a little bit more that you start to notice these things. So with the wild writing, hopefully we've set that up so that you've landed here and you've paid attention to what's going on in your mind and found a little clarity there. Now we're going to go through a series of prompts, and I want you to spend a couple of minutes reflecting on each of these to help tune in to our bodies and notice what we otherwise may have missed. So again, if you want to pause for each question, please do. I'm going to speed through these, and you probably want to take a couple of minutes on each question. What do I feel in my head? You can describe sensations, pain, aches, feelings. What do I feel in my neck and shoulders? Describe what I feel in my heart and chest area. What am I feeling in my stomach? If my whole body could talk, what would it say to me? What would it tell me it needed? And finally, what would help me this week to listen to this message from my body? And when you finish with those, just stand back and think about what you've written down. What is standing out to you? I hope that's been useful for your journaling journey, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.